Actually, this is one of the things that they are missing when they come to us. And let me go to Facebook. Morning, Facebook. How are you? Thanks for joining. We're finding that companies really are not defining their avatar. And so they also don't have a marketing strategy. Marketing strategy is basic, right? If you don't have the marketing strategy, nothing's going to work. So we're going to talk about 5 essentials for your marketing strategy today. And we're going to start off by talking about number 1. So the first thing you need to do is really identify, identify your business goals, right? If you don't know where you're going or what you want, you don't know if you've gotten there. So it's really important to identify your business goals. Look closely at your company's overall needs and how social media can contribute to reaching them. You undoubtedly have personal goals, but there's a few companies that should include in their strategy 3 things, right? You should always have brand awareness, retaining customers, and reducing marketing costs, right? Brand awareness, retaining customers, and reducing marketing costs. You should always have that. You should try to pick 2 primary goals and 2 secondary goals. The next thing you want to do is take a sip of coffee. Next thing you want to do is set your marketing objectives. This is the other thing. Like I've said before, if you don't know where you're going, you don't know if you've gotten there. So when you're going to make marketing objectives, make them SMART goals. We all know these. The SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Okay? Anybody can say, yeah, I want to, I want to increase my business by 1,000% in 6 months. Is that really attainable? It's not, right? You could say, okay, I want to increase my business 50% in the next 6 months, year, by next year. All right, that's not unreasonable. So, and make sure you choose which analytics you're going to track, the tools you're going to use to track your results. So, setting yourself up for failure is never a good idea. So, it's always good to choose objectives that you know are achievable. Make sure that they're in line with your company's vision and relevant to your company. So SMART, specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. You've got to have the time-bound, because if you're not looking to do it in the next X amount of time, you don't know if you've reached the goal. The third thing you need to do is create your avatar, right? Who's your ideal customer? This is something that often we find a lot of companies don't do. They're like, oh, anybody that buys our product. No, that's not it. Because if you don't know who your avatar is, you don't know who to sell to, and you're not going to find out where they live, right? If you're selling handcrafted doilies, you're not going to go on LinkedIn. That's not going to be your target audience or your platform. So you need to know your buyer persona. What is the age of the person that's going to buy it? What's the occupation? What is the income? What are their interests, their pains, their problems, their obstacles, habits, likes, dislikes, motivations, and objections? You need to know all those things. Sorry, guys, I don't know why I'm coughing so much. It's easier and cheaper to target them on social. Once you know these things, you can find where they live. The more specific you are, the more conversions you're going to get out of every channel. All right, so that's making sure you know your avatar. Research your ideal client. Last thing what you want to do is, the fourth thing you want to do is choose your channels and tactics, right? This is just like what I'm saying. You're not going to go on LinkedIn if you're selling doilies. That's silly. You need to find, everybody wants to be on every channel, right? And there's new channels coming out all the time, and TikTok is super popular. But the thing is if it's overwhelming to you, you're not going to be able to manage them. And if your avatar doesn't live there, you're wasting your time. So if you find that your avatar is living on Facebook 40% of the time versus Twitter, then maybe it's worth it for you to pay some Facebook ad campaigns, right? Because you know that they're there. Don't waste your time on Twitter if they're not there. It's wasting time and money. So make sure you choose your channels and your tactics. Try to choose a primary social channel and a secondary social channel. And then lastly, what you want to do is create a content strategy. Content strategy is meaningless without social media. Nobody will know about your content, right? So you need to use content and social media together. Thanks for joining. The type of content you should post on each social network relies on the form and the context. Form is how you represent that information in text, images, links, and video. Content fits with your company's voice and platform trends. Okay? Should you be funny? Should you be serious? Should you be highly detailed, educational, something else? Know what your audience is going to like. And that could be trial and error as well, right? A lot of social media is trial and error. We'll put stuff out there. We'll see if it works. If it doesn't, we change it. Yeah, sometimes you just don't know what people are going to bite on. So you have to try to be fluid and changing and creative. Also, you want to know what time works best for your audience. Okay, it's not a hard rule, but look at your analytics to see when your audience is on your social platforms. All right. Try to find when your fans are online and engaging with your content. And lastly, even though this is number 6, allocate a budget and resources. Tell yourself this is how much I'm going to use and this is who's going to do what, right? So in our company, everybody has their roles. Sometimes they overlap. We help each other out, but we pretty much have our roles and our clients and what we do. And then we check in once a week with each other. So be sure to, delegate things and be sure to use people and their resources for what they're best at. So just to review, you guys, this is the 5, I put 6 actually, 6 things you should be doing for essential social media marketing. Identify your business goals, have 2 primary, 2 secondary. Set your marketing objectives and make them SMART goals, which are specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. 3, identify your ideal customer, create your avatar. Know the age, the income, interests, pains, obstacles. Choose your channels and tactics, right? I suggest if you're just starting out, you choose your top 2 channels and always be sure to look at your analytics to see if you're getting that audience and what time they're on. And create a content strategy. Know how you're going to go about this and what you're going to be creating, and it's reflecting that company's reflecting that company and how they want to be represented. And lastly, allocate your budget and resources. Okay. I hope this was helpful, guys. You can always go onto our private Facebook page, become a member, and we write all this out so you can check it over and see everything that we talked about today. Sorry about the coughing. It's my allergies. And also, if you have any questions, you can always email us at info@starkmediany.com. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter at Stark Media Group. And we hope we see you next week, okay? Thanks so much for joining. Have a great Tuesday, guys. Bye-bye. Bye, Facebook. I can't get you. There we go.